Uncle Mark here. In this episode, we're going to lube up a accessory belt. This one's actually on the alternator. The belt tensioner pulley, just the little pulley that's running on the belt. It's making some noise, squeaking. So I'm going to show you how to do that. You can either replace it. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to lube it up. It's going to cost me like a penny worth of lube. Stick it back on there. It'll probably outlast the truck. Enjoy the video, and I'll have a little bit of comments on it afterwards. This is the pulley right there. That's the nut you're going to need to loosen. So let's note the way the belt's got to be here first. I'm going to show you the belt routing for the 3.5, this 15 millimeter socket. The 3.5 liter and the 5 liter are the same kind of belt routing, I believe. I'll put a little diagram up. I'll put a link in the description for this belt tool. This is great, especially if you have a front wheel drive with the engine that's sitting sideways, like a V6 or even a 4-cylinder, where there's no room. This is hitting a darn hose. Put an extension on. Ooh, might be a little too long now. It'll work. Yeah, this belt tensioner tool saved me a couple times on the wife's Caravan and a couple other cars too. I think I used it on my Buick in one of the videos there. Not very expensive. This is just a cheap version of it, but for the average do-it-yourselfer guy, totally good enough. Let's move this belt out of the way here. I say take note of the way your belt routing is, but if you've got the 3.5 or the 5 liter, I will show you. Here it is right here. There's the 15 millimeter socket, which you already have because you were loosening it earlier for the belt. So you have to turn clockwise to loosen. So it's righty loosey, lefty tighty this time. I know it doesn't make sense. Trust me. If you have this engine, this is the way it's going to be. And if you think of it, we were turning it counterclockwise to loosen the belt. Now, if it was a normal bolt, the bolt would be loosening at the same time. It would just pop out. That wouldn't work. So they've got this backwards. I'm using my ratcheting wrench. And it's a swivel type, and it's a little bit floppy, so it doesn't sit the way I like it to sit. But yeah, come on. Plus, I'm hanging over the engine, even though I'm a really tall guy, and trying to balance myself and not poke my chest any more than I have already. Got lots of bruises from that. I have a video too of changing this alternator in this truck. I'm trying to put a link in the description at the end of the video if you want to watch that. I'll put it in the description below. I'll try. Plus, I will put it at the end of the video. Yeah, that makes more sense. It's quiet in the garage here now. Yeah, I'll give you a little speed up of it. You don't need to see the whole thing come out. That gashed my hand. That hurt. Got some gashes on the other side too. There we go. Ta-da. Take a listen to this. Kind of noisy, huh? Yep, let's take it apart. Now, you'll notice that, how did I have the whole item in my hand there, the whole tensioner, that I had taken it off the first time, trying to get this pulley off, and you can't get enough leverage couldn't hold it in the vise hard enough. And this pick tool is on a weird angle, so I need a different one. We'll get a different one. But anyway, I had put that unit back on, the tensioner back on the truck, and then was able to loosen this pulley. That's why you've seen the whole tensioner in my hand there, but pretty noisy. Oh, got it from the wrong side. I think this is the plastic keeper for all the little bearings, but we'll just stick it back on and flip it over. We'll try and put in the description a link to one of these pulleys. Just double check to make sure it is the one that fits your vehicle. They're pretty cheap, but not as cheap as just throwing a little bit of grease in. And this will probably last forever, maybe. If not, I know where to get a new one from. Yeah, I'm going to throw some grease in here. It'll be easy to do. This truck actually has two of these, so maybe the other one needs to be done too. So, 2 cents worth of grease instead of 1 penny or so, instead of spending whatever this is going to be on the 2 parts. Recycling, right? That's what they always say. That's what grease is for anyway. Probably going to have more grease in here than we did originally, so this probably will outlast. Or not. Just going to try and get some in between the good bunch in there. Give it a little spin. Let's see if I can get some actually in between or under the bearings. That would be nice. And the grease doesn't just sit on one side. I'm going a little deeper. At least right here I am. Lots of things going on behind the scenes. You're trying to not bang into the camera and step on the tripod, and grease gun hose is long, and there's junk on my bench, and what other excuses can I give you? I think that's enough. Stick the dust cap back on. It should snap in. Might have to use a different kind of tool. Actually, use a flat screwdriver here somewhere. Grab one. You have to push a little. Maybe just one snap. I'm just going to double check to make sure it's snapped all around. Yeah. And the grease is not letting it spin like it did before, but once it moves around, it'll be nice and quiet. For sure not making noise now. Thing must spin fairly quick too, so put my bolt in. I'll just reverse the process, put the pulley back on. I got a nice gouge in my hand. There's lots of sharp stuff around the rad and that. Hand thread it in. So you have to remember, tightening is counterclockwise because of the way this pulley is on here. In fact, counterclockwise moves the pulley to loosen the bolt, or loosen the belt. So if that was the way that you undid this bolt, every time you try and loosen the belt, you'd be undoing the bolt. So it's a reverse tightening. The thread's the same, I think. It's just, I guess it isn't the same. It's got to be backwards. Not tight enough. Probably should have put a little bit of anti-seize or something on the bolt, but I don't want this bolt coming off when it's spinning a gazillion miles an hour. Still not tight enough. The bolts seem clean. Use my big ratchet. That's giving me a little more leverage. No, there goes my light. So I don't know what's the easiest way to do this. Guess we could just try and thread this through the middle here. It's so sharp. It's just look at so many cuts. Let's pull this through if you can understand what I'm doing. That's going to go around this. Let's take a look at the drawing here. This is for the 3.5 and the 5 liter. It goes around the tensioner, around the crank pulley, around the alternator, and back up to the water pump. I would do the belt tensioner last. It's going to be easier to put on. That wheel. But I'll just pull it out for a minute there. Sit it on the alternator if I can. There we go. It's on the alternator. It's on the top. It's on. Sorry for all the heavy breathing. The mic is just like, I'm hanging over the camera, as you can see. Mic's right in my face. There we go. Check all the belts, make sure everything's sitting right, and I see the alternator. Whoops, good thing I checked. See how it's sitting? It's not sitting on the pulley properly. Felt like it when I put it on there, so just remember that. Just check all the pulleys, make sure the belt's sitting properly. Just going to loosen it again and see if I can slide it over without pinching my fingers. I don't know why I'm not using that nice tool that I bought for this belt tensioner. It's got lots of leverage. Anyway, it's on there. I'm going to feel around, make sure the crank, yeah, it feels like it's sitting good on there. The alternator. Ta-da. Now what I'm going to do is, on these newer Fords, if you hold it to the floor, it will not start. It'll just crank. This way the belt will just make sure it's not going to rip off somewhere. Just let it crank over a couple times. Take a look at it again, make sure everything's okay. That way I don't wreck my new belt. Probably a good idea, huh? There we go. Instant replay. Watch how the belt self-centers. Right where the air was, right there. And I guess that is that. We're done. So that's the video. Fairly easy to do if you... Let's maybe start over again. Uncle Mark here. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to lube up a tensioner belt pulley. Just the pulley itself as it rides along the belt, the accessory belt. This is actually the alternator belt because this has two belts on this F150. The actual little pulley is making noise. It's just dry. Needs some lube in there. So we're going to put some in. Yeah, I could spend under $20 and probably get a complete wheel, but I'm just going to spend a penny or two worth of grease. Show you how it's done. So that's the end of our video here. That's if the pulley's making noise. It could be that the tensioner is doing this. It's not holding proper spring tension against the belt. If that's the case, you'll have to change the tensioner. I do have my last video I just did. I'll put a link up here and down in the description to actually changing the whole tensioner, but you don't have to do that. Not if it's just the pulley making some noise. If you like the video, why not subscribe in the bottom right hand corner. Check out some of the other playlists too. I'll put up here the F150 pickup playlist. This one's got the 5 liter. If you have the 3.5 liter, I think it's the EcoBoost. It's the same truck. This is off 2013. I think the 9s to the 14s are all the same, pretty much. Till next time, you guys take care. Watch the bloopers at the very end here, because I'm going to show you why you don't want to take the whole tensioner off just to do the pulley.
Remember to be safe. Your safety is your responsibility and should be priority number 1. Also, give me the thumbs up if you like the video. Plus, please subscribe and you'll get all the notifications. It's easy. The little dog will show you how. Ring the bell. Ring the bell.
Oh, are we stuck?